starting. As it turns out, I loved selling too, because it allowed me to be creative and help solve real business problems. Once I realized my future was in the sales profession, I began to study the discipline seriously. At first, I studied so that I could become more professional and successful as a salesperson. After that, I studied so that I could become a more effective leader of sales forces. Now I study so that I can help other sales leaders improve the performance of their sales forces. As of this reading, I've been studying sales for more than 2.5 decades. Over the years, I've read hundreds of books about sales, and I've explored all the major concepts, strategies, and tactics in the discipline, often by contacting the very people who pioneered them. I've also had the opportunity to test these ideas in the real world, on my own, and in the larger context of sales organizations. From the very moment I began, I've been seeking the answer to a single central question. Why do a few highly successful salespeople consistently outperform their peers? And they do. We've all seen it. We all know salespeople who deliver superlative performances, selling overpriced commodities you wouldn't expect anyone to buy, while others fail at selling the hottest product in the hottest markets. There are, at this very moment, people at incredibly hot companies like Google or Apple who aren't making their quotas. And there are countless salespeople selling boring industrial equipment who are crushing their numbers even though you've never heard of their companies or products. So again, I ask, why do a few highly successful salespeople consistently outperform their peers? The answer isn't what you might expect. Success in sales isn't situational. In other words, it isn't based on the product you sell, your customer accounts, or your territory. It doesn't depend on the sales process you use or your company's sales executives. It's certainly nice to have a great product, fast-growing accounts, and a virgin territory. It's also important to have an effective sales process and a smart leader on whom you can depend. But there have been successful and unsuccessful salespeople in every situation I've ever seen. To answer my question correctly, you must understand, again, that sales isn't situational, it's individual. Sales success resides in you. You pick up the phone and call a prospective client with another new idea, even after being rejected a dozen times before. You sit face to face with the customer and create value. You muster the support needed to ensure that the customer can capture that value. Nothing carries as much weight in the sales success equation as you do. Solving the sales equation. So what do you need to succeed, to make sure the sales equation works for you in a powerful way? Just 3 things: a mindset, a skill set, and a toolkit. I shamelessly stole the idea of mindset, skill set, and toolkit from my friend Gerhard Schwantner, the charismatic publisher of Selling Power magazine, and, concerning the topics of sales and success, one of the most curious, thoughtful people I know. I don't know where Gerhard came up with this powerful trio, but as soon as I heard it, I knew it was the framework I needed. Salespeople first need to be equipped with the right mindset, the right set of beliefs and attitudes. Then they need the right skill set, which is the ability to do all the things good salespeople do, such as prospecting, gaining commitments, and creating value for their prospective clients. Finally, they need the right toolkit, which consists of scripts, playbooks, documented sales processes, and sales methodologies. Toolkits are highly customized to your business, specifically, and outside the scope of this book. Salespeople need those 3 things in this order: mindset, skill set, toolkit. And this audio program will focus exclusively on mindset and skill set. The audio program you're listening to now isn't like any other audio program that you might pick up. It isn't based on extensive and expensive research done by a global consulting firm. Nor is it about sales processes or methodologies, even though audio programs that provide those frameworks are extremely useful. It doesn't recount my experiences and adventures in sales, although some short anecdotes do appear on this audio program. There is, however, a great deal of discussion about you and the mindset and skill set you need to be successful. This program is a field guide of sorts, an audio handbook. I wrote it for salespeople who are deeply interested in improving themselves and their results. I also recorded this to give frontline sales managers a framework for quickly and easily identifying the challenges faced by members of their team. I believe I will also help sales managers by giving